Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love, mercy, and compassion of God, our moments also with the holy ones of God, both those who lived before the birth of Jesus Christ, the prophets and the saints in the Old Testament, and also those who followed Jesus and continue to follow Jesus by serving in the church, by serving also as lay people, by proclaiming the Word of God as I am trying to do. And I invite you also to share the videos with others and ask your friends and families also to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Yesterday you heard that how Jeremiah, people wanted to get rid of him because his ways were obnoxious to them. They were following the wrong path. So when he was teaching the right thing as child of God, they wanted to get rid of him, and the same thing was happening also to Jesus, which the same thing continues today in the gospel. Though in the first reading Jeremiah is thanking God because God protected him. He pleaded to God and God protected him and saved him. And in the gospel, Jesus is not going into Judea. He is going again into the region of Galilee because in Judea they want to kill him. And today's reading begins by saying, after people heard him say this, which we spoke yesterday about, that he comes from God, and though people know that he comes from Galilee, from Nazareth, he said, you know that, but I know that I have come from the Father who has sent me, I have come from him. So he was actually not afraid of death. He still continued to proclaim what he was convinced of proclaiming and was the truth. So some people already begin to say today in the gospel, oh, he is a prophet. And some others say, oh yes, he is the Christ. Now this is a group of people who said this, but immediately there were others who opposed this. They said, no, 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 no. We know when Christ comes from where he will come. They had read that he will come from the stem of David and that he will come from Bethlehem. So they had not yet made proper research about the origin of Jesus. Even Jesus, even in his physical form, came from David's stem and was actually born in Bethlehem. So if they had only made a little research, they would have got rid of their prejudices that they were carrying about Jesus. Often the prejudices that we carry against people, we can see that they are doing good things like Jeremiah was doing, like Jesus is doing, but they find every time some excuse or the other. One main excuse against Jesus was that he was healing people on the Sabbath. One of the accusations. I am not saying that was the main accusation. The main accusation against him was when he said that Father has sent me and I am doing the work of the Father. And that was too much for the Jews because they said he is comparing himself to the Father. And that according to them was a blasphemy. But actually if they were open to see that he was able to do certain things only because he had this power sent from God, one thing. Secondly, what he was doing was nothing wrong. He was not misusing his power. As we can see in the current world, whether it is Donald Trump or Vladimir Putin or Erdogan in Turkey or the Modi government in India or North Korea or China, there are these leaders who are misusing and abusing their power. So even then people are following them. Here Jesus was using his power for the good, for healing people, for proclaiming the word of God, for proclaiming that you must love one another as loving oneself and forgive people who have sinned against you or who have wronged against you, not 7 times but 70 times 7. And all the time telling people to live together, to love one another and to love God. And that they could not accept. Why? Because their own ways were evil, as yesterday we heard in the first reading. And this can happen very easily in our lives. We do not accept sometimes good people. We carry our own prejudices. Like today in the gospel, it continues when people are coming and saying, no, he, like the servants that Pharisees had sent to arrest him, they came back and saying, we have never heard anybody speak like this man. So the Pharisees are asking, are you also converted? So instead of opening their minds and opening their hearts, their prejudices that they had, they carry it on, they want to carry it on, because then that makes them to live in their own little cocoon, in their own little world, and not see the reality of God. Their hearts are like these fixed stones in the wall here, and hard as stone and fixed as these stones like the rock. Nothing could change them. All the good things that Jesus was doing, that could not change their minds like this rock. And my dear friends, let us be aware during this Lenten season, if we carry such thoughts and carry such prejudices against people. And if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.